Hey, you fucking meatballs. I'm DripShifty, and about 7-8 months ago, RebelMedia posted a video. Let's see what it's called. Finally, proof that God exists. This should be fucking good.
I was smoking a doob the other day, and I was thinking about the guy upstairs, and I thought, if there's one example of our own ingratitude and how audacious we are as a species, as a culture, it's atheism. So I thought I'd just take a moment to prove to you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that God exists.
Oh boy, this should be fucking good.
Here's the key: the universe. We're sitting next to a thing that is infinite. That is a thing that is unfathomable. We can't wrap our minds around it. That's just a little gift sitting next to you. And for you to sit there and go, not impressed.
This position is bullshit. What atheist looks at the entire universe and goes, not impressed? I've never fucking heard that before.
It's like someone, they have this sort of seaside resort, and they live next to a place where instead of the ocean, it's all these unicorns who can read their thoughts and sing them back to them in a ghetto rap from 3 6 Mafia, and them going, it's just a bunch of singing unicorns.
You are most definitely fucking high while making this. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You should feel ashamed.
Big whoop. Okay. I will prove this to you mathematically. Let's start very simply with a coin. It's set to tails. I got a head. I got a tail. 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 This is sort of I'm not flipping it well enough.
See, that's the thing about only doing one take. Like, when you sit there flipping your fucking gay little coin over and over again, you could just re-record that and you wouldn't look as fucking dumb sitting there flipping the coin.
Now, if we were to keep doing that for infinity, we would get an infinite number of possibilities. And that's because we're talking about infinity. The universe is infinite. It's the monkeys on the typewriter. So there's an infinite number of possibilities. And my atheist father is to blame for getting this in my head, because he said, look, I mean, we know there's going to be life in outer space, because there's an infinite number of possibilities. So there's an infinite chance that there'll be life, which means there'll be life. So it's got to be out there. It's statistically inevitable. Anyway, you keep going trillions and trillions and trillions of light years away, and eventually you find basically kind of a human. Well, this is the problem with infinity. We know that means there's an Earth. We know it means there's an Earth just like this. And then you get into that whole concept of, wait a minute, if there's an Earth like this, why would it be an Earth in 2016? Why wouldn't it be 1920's Earth? Hello, welcome to this Earth.
Okay. Statistical probability is different than statistical inevitability. Just because there is a probability of something doesn't necessarily mean that that is going to happen. Let's use your example of flipping a coin. Now, there is a statistical chance that every single time I flip this coin, I will get tails. That's just there, but that's a very small chance. Just because there's a chance of something doesn't necessarily mean that it's true.
And then you go, well, there's an infinite number of possibilities. Now there's a planet of just Gavs. Now there's a planet of just yous. You watching this is a mom, a dad, someone pushing a stroller, an immigrant grocer. They're all your fucking face. That is statistically inevitable.
No, it is not. I don't know how to make this any more clear. Statistical possibility is different than statistical inevitability. Get that through your thick Canuck skull. And before any of the fucking Canadians rip on me for teasing a Canadian, calling it a Canuck, I live in Ontario, so I can fucking say it. These are my people.
It happened. But you know it didn't happen. You know there's no planet of yous. You just know. And that is God leaving a little calling card, a little ace of spades in the math going, weird, right?
What? What the fuck does that mean? You know that didn't happen. Oh, you just know in your heart of hearts. I didn't know my intuition was infallible. Just because I don't believe something is out there doesn't mean that it isn't. Okay. And that's right, I'm leaving a possibility open for the existence of God. But you also have to keep in mind that just because you believe in something, it doesn't mean it's necessarily true. Like God.
I just proved that 2 and 2 isn't 5. Now, liberals love doing this when it suits them, when they say math is racist.
I have never heard a liberal or anyone even say that math is racist. Maybe that's just some obscure article he found on the internet and now he's referencing it, but I've never fucking heard that personally.
But the truth of the matter is, there is a mathematical inevitability that there is a planet of Charlie Chaplins somewhere, all speaking in rap lyrics. Has to be.
No, it fucking doesn't.
But it also isn't. That is proof that God exists.
No. You are drawing really big conclusions from very small things. And to my understanding, you're Catholic, right? I mean, even if that did prove that God exists, it wouldn't prove that Catholicism is true. It would just mean that there was a God.
I think we're all just trying to glob onto this truth that we all sense in our brains that we can find in mathematics. And the more you give in to that, the freer you are and the more you prosper. That's what the free market is. It's saying, I'm going to adhere to this biology. And when I talk to atheists, I avoid talking about this. I just say Darwin. They like the word Darwin, or nature, or biology. Just say that instead of God, right? You just adhere to this nature. And the less you play God and the less you try to intervene in fate, the more you prosper. Look at the Western world. We let the free market go. And isn't it funny that Adam Smith talked about the invisible hand of capitalism?
I don't know, maybe I'm just a dummy, but I have no fucking clue what he just said. Maybe he's kind of talking about, like, Taoism, like, wu-wei, or whatever. Be like, letting shit go. I don't know, he is stoned. But, let's make it clear, the Western world is not, like, blessed by God. You can watch a video by CPG Grey, and he talks about the history of agriculture and why some countries flourished and some countries didn't. It's because of the animals and the soil and the bugs and which countries have which diseases. It's not personally being blessed by God. That's ridiculous.
In the West, where we let the free market prosper, we see lifespan going up. We see in the environment going up. We like to play doom and gloom, but by every single metric, things have been consistently getting better. That's because we've been adhering to our own inevitable nature, our own freedom. We've been trusting ourselves more and more and more. We've been letting our biology prosper. We've been letting advents in medicine happen. This is all part. We started out with an incredible, magical algorithm that is like a microchip that just keeps blossoming and getting better and better and better. And every time you come up with a flaw with this, you realize, no, it's actually perfect. Why do kids get cancer? If we were all immortal, it would be boring. And Superman goes to the Grand Canyon and just goes, swims around, swims out. We have to work to get it. We don't want to be immortal.
Yeah, because nobody tries to avoid death. It's not like almost everyone on the fucking planet is actually scared to die. What does that mean? Oh, yeah, of course we have to die. It'd be boring.
We don't want to be Superman. Yes, there has to be consequences. There has to be danger. There has to be sickness. There has to be cancer. Because to just jump off a building and not suffer consequences, that's no kind of life.
Jumping off a building and not having any consequences would be fucking awesome. I'd be jumping off of buildings all the fucking time. Use your imagination. You know how fucking cool that would be? To just jump off the CN Tower fucking head first and just smash into the fucking concrete and you totally live? That'd be fucking cool.
Now, the atheists go, well, hold on a second. Your stupid infinity thing contradicts itself when you look at us. We had an infinite amount of time to be here. We had monkeys on a typewriter. It was an infinite amount of pre-time to get to the Big Bang that led to Earth, that led to us. So you had a lot of time and you created the complete works of Shakespeare. But you know that's not true. You know that this is a planet of Charlie Chaplin's talking in rap. So though it seems to make mathematical sense that we got here, you know it doesn't. You know that this planet right here is equally as absurd as any of the other crazy planets I was talking about earlier.
Yes, it's totally fucking absurd. But absurd things happen all the fucking time. Just because the chances of life forming were really slim doesn't mean that it shouldn't have happened. Or that means that it was supposed to happen. The universe doesn't owe you any meaning or explanation. Even here on Earth, things happen all the time that are just totally against the odds. Like people surviving horrible tragedies when all the odds say that they should have died. That doesn't mean that God intervened, it's just sometimes weird shit happens. You wanna know what's one weird fucking thing that happened? The universe.
It's equally as absurd as a planet of yous. We are on a planet of yous right now.
A planet of just me would be awesome because I would just sit around sucking my own dick all the time. Dude, that's really fucking gay. No, dude, that's masturbation. You do it if you could.
The math adds up, but it don't add up. That's proof there's a God. You dig? Did you like that?
I did like it.
Hey, I hope you liked that video. I just whipped it up in like a couple of days. There's a few parts in the video where I fucked up my verbiage and my points didn't come across as well as I'd hoped. During the editing process, I just noticed a ton of shit wrong with it, and I was like, oh fuck it, I don't really care. But stay tuned. My future videos are going to be put together much better. This was kind of a lazy project. Enough fucking myself trash talking me. Peace out, Girl Scout.